All right, let's jump right in. You know, we're on our computers and phones all day long, but we rarely stop and think about the actual software making them tick. And it turns out the software running your laptop is a completely different beast than the one running, say, Netflix.
I mean, really think about that for a sec. The operating system on your laptop is designed for you to check email and browse the web. The system running on a Netflix server has to stream movies to millions of people all at once. There's no way they're the same thing, right? And they're not. That's exactly what we're going to break down.
So here's the game plan. We'll start with the absolute basics. What even is an operating system? Then we'll meet the two main players in our story, the server OS and the client OS. After that, we'll put them head to head, and finally, we'll see why this whole distinction is so important to how you use the internet every day.
Okay, first things first. Before we can get into the whole server versus client thing, we all need to be on the same page about what an operating system, or just OS, actually is.
So, what is an OS? Well, think of it as the master controller for your computer. It's the fundamental piece of software that creates a bridge between the physical hardware, the chips and wires, and the applications you actually use, like your browser. It's in charge of everything.
Yeah, a really good analogy is to think of the OS as the general manager of a big, busy company. The manager doesn't type the memos or make the sales calls, but they make sure every single department, from memory to the processor to storage, gets what it needs to do its job. Without that manager, the whole company would grind to a halt. It'd just be a box of useless parts.
All right, now let's meet our first main character. This is the heavy lifter, the industrial strength engine that runs pretty much the entire internet behind the scenes. This is the server OS. I want you to picture this, a massive, professional restaurant kitchen on a Saturday night. It's not designed to be cozy or easy for one person to use. It's all stainless steel, it's loud, and it's built for one thing and one thing only, handling hundreds of orders at the same time with insane power and efficiency. That right there is a server OS.
And all those features you see, they map perfectly to that crazy kitchen. Multi-user management, that's the head chef coordinating dozens of cooks at once. Enhanced security, that's the bouncer at the kitchen door making sure no one gets in who isn't supposed to. High availability is absolutely key. If one stove breaks, a backup one kicks in instantly, so the customers never even notice. It's all built for reliability and serving the masses.
And we're not talking about some obscure tech here. We're talking about heavy hitters like Windows Server, different flavors of Linux, and even Mac OS Server. These are the workhorses that power the websites you visit, the emails you get, and all your files in the cloud. They are constantly working in the background.
Okay, let's totally switch gears now and talk about something way more familiar. The OS that's probably running on the device you're using to watch this right now. Let's talk about the client OS.
So if the server OS was that chaotic professional restaurant kitchen, a client OS, well, that's your kitchen at home. It's not built to serve 500 people. It's built for you. It's comfortable, it's personalized, and it's perfectly designed for you to make coffee, toast a bagel, or cook a meal for your family. The whole focus is on the personal experience.
And of course, its features are all about that personal home kitchen vibe. It has an intuitive graphical user interface. That's the GUI. All the icons and windows that make it easy to use. It's designed to run all the different apps and games you want, and its performance is optimized to feel snappy and responsive to your commands, because it's only focused on one person at a time.
Yep, these are the names you know and use every single day. Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS. These are the friendly faces of computing, the operating systems we directly interact with constantly.
Okay, so we've got our two kitchens, the giant professional restaurant and the cozy one at home. Now let's put them head to head and really highlight what makes them so different.
And this is where it all clicks. The purpose, serving many versus serving one. The users, multi-user versus single user. But honestly, the most important difference is how they handle resources. The server OS is built to juggle tons of requests under a heavy load, while the client OS pours all its energy into making the experience for that one user feel fast and smooth. That's the fundamental trade-off.
All right, so they're different. Big deal, right? Well, it is a huge deal because this difference isn't about competition, it's about a partnership. And without this partnership, the internet just wouldn't work. Think about what happens when you stream a movie. It's like this perfectly choreographed dance. Your client OS, your home kitchen, sends out an order. I'd like to watch this movie. That request travels over the internet to Netflix's server OS, that massive restaurant kitchen.
The server finds the movie, handles your request among thousands of others, and serves that movie file right back to your screen. One simply cannot exist without the other.
And really, that's the whole ballgame. They're two sides of the same coin. Your client OS, your phone or laptop, is the friendly window you look through to see the digital world. But the server OS is the massive, powerful, and totally invisible engine that's running that entire world on the other side.
So, next time you pull out your phone and tap on an app, just remember that invisible dance happening between your device and some powerful server somewhere out there in the world. But I'll leave you with this question. As our devices get more powerful and the cloud makes everything feel instant, are those lines between client and server starting to blur? Where does one truly end and the other begin? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining me.